Why is the Matrix, aka the mainstream media, aka the establishment, constantly pushing mental illness, violent behavior, censorship, book banning, the changing of language, redefining words that have been in the dictionary for centuries? Why are they constantly pushing these negative behaviors that lead to failure in life? Why aren't they pushing positive values, moral values, successful values that lead to a happy life, right? Why are they constantly pushing like this misery and sadness onto society? That is something you have to ask yourself. And especially when it comes to going red pill, the more you go red pill, the more you'll realize that the media is not your friend, right? And I did a video, a couple of coaching videos on my AlphaMaleSecrets channel that I uploaded maybe a month ago or so, where I included clips from the mainstream media all saying the same thing, right? I mean, it's kind of creepy to watch, right? It's kind of creepy. They are all literally saying the exact same thing, repeating the same rhetoric verbatim, word for word, but on all these news stations across the US, right? They're repeating all the same rhetoric, pushing a certain narrative, right? And obviously that's what they're designed to do. They are designed to push a certain narrative, a certain agenda, propaganda, to get you to fall in line, to get you to go along with the social narrative, the popular thing, the current thing that everybody else is going along with. And if you don't, guess what? You're a threat to democracy. You're a fascist. You're a domestic terrorist, right? Those are the new labels for anybody who just wants to be free, anybody who just wants to live their lives and be left alone. That's the new label for you. And this is why the environment we're living in right now is actually what is a threat to our republic, because that is what we are. We're not a democracy, we are a republic. And I did a coaching video on that as well. Look here on my channel. That was also around the same time. I believe it was during the midterms that I uploaded that video, that the US is actually a republic. It's not a democracy, and I included my reasons why. Okay, so you could watch that video. Regardless, the Matrix is always going to push ideas, values, and behaviors that will lead you to misery, sadness, and failure. Period. And it's mostly being pushed right now by the left, right? I mean, some on the right do fall in line. They're starting to fall in line mostly out of fear that I see, which can't happen because once you, and that's most people, period, in society. Most people are just falling in line out of fear. Fear of being canceled, fear of being ostracized, fear of being isolated by friends and family. Just want to fall in line because they don't have enough inner strength, inner self-belief to just go their own way and trust their own instincts. Okay? They just don't have enough guts, enough courage, enough self-efficacy to do that. But as somebody who is red pill like yourself, you do, right? Doesn't mean you need to go out there and march in the streets and, bring attention to yourself. But, internally you can live by your own faculties. You can live by your own thoughts and ideas, which now the Matrix also wants to infiltrate. I never thought we'd ever reach a point in time where you can't even have thoughts. Like you can't even think what you want, right? They want to infiltrate that as well, and they want to tell you what to think. Literally, that's what the Matrix wants to do. It wants to tell you what to think. And this is why I say it's mostly coming from the left, because that's what they do. They're all defenders of the Matrix. It's so astonishing to me that people are literally defending the Matrix. They're defending the establishment. And it's like, can you not seriously wake up and see what they're pushing? And just stop looking at things in black or white, left or right, Democrat or Republican. Stop looking at things that way and just look at things honestly and go, hey, wait a minute, what's going on here? Is this good? Am I being used as a pawn? Am I being pimped, as I used to always say, which a lot of the left are these days? A lot of people out there, not just left, also on the right, right? They're being pimped by the Matrix to do their bidding for them, right? To go out there and tell their fellow citizens and tell their their fellow countrymen that, hey, what's wrong with you? Don't you want kids learning about sex at 5 years old? What's wrong with you? Do you really want parents to have the right to teach their own children about the birds and the bees? That should be the Matrix responsibility. Yeah. So these are the times we're living in, guys. And it's pretty frightening because, easily, if they wanted to, the media, the establishment could be pushing positive values. They could be pushing cohesiveness, no more of this this divisiveness, like, oh, the other side, half the other side are domestic terrorists, right? Literally, our president at that time when he, a few months back, literally gave a speech just declaring anybody who doesn't vote for him or support him or get behind the Matrix is now a threat to the invisible democracy that we were never meant to be. Okay, we're not a democracy. If anything, we're not even a republic right now, FYI. We are essentially an oligarchy that is being controlled by a few global elites, right? We're being controlled by a few of these powerful people, essentially a bunch of Agent Smiths that are controlling the narrative for everybody. Right? But again, they can easily be pushing cohesiveness, like, hey, everybody, we're all one. We all have to live here. Let's all try to be better people, right? Let's try to treat each other as we would like to be treated. These are the messages they should be sending every day. Guys, let's stop the fighting. Let's stop the bickering. One love, right? Treat your neighbor like you would your brother, as it says in the Bible. Right? Push good values. Stop pushing obesity, body positivity. Instead, start pushing, healthy diet habits. Like, hey, everybody, if you have too much sugar or too much carbs, it's going to affect your body weight. It's going to put you at risk for cholesterol, heart attack, stroke. These are not good things. We want all of you to live the best, happiest lives that you possibly can. And we, as your government, are going to try to help you to do that. But obviously, you have your own personal liberty. You're going to have to do 99% of yourself. And all we can do is just provide, firemen and police officers for when you really need them. That's our job. We want to be limited in our roles in your life. We want you to have the liberty to choose what you want to do with your life. You should not be shamed for what you want to do with your life. And everybody should be championed for doing the right thing in life and being a good person and not committing crimes. And, they could be pushing a lot of great moral values. You should try in life. You should try to succeed. You should try to be the best that you can. You should try to be as self-reliant as you possibly can. Don't depend on us, the government, and definitely don't depend on anyone else, and just become a stronger person and create more self-efficacy and stronger resilience. They could be pushing a lot of good moral values that will lead to success in life. That will actually lead to a person being happy in life. Even if they don't reach their goals, they don't succeed, which a lot of people don't, right? But they're still happy. Why are they still happy? Because they have family, they have friends, they have good times. They could have a beer together, they could get along together. Whereas that's not what the Matrix is pushing. The Matrix is literally pushing divisiveness, unhealthy values, demonic values, like satanic values, if you want to go there. They really are. Indoctrinating children, over-sexualizing children. We're living in a culture where you have these pop stars with that are putting on these performances and concerts to their audience, which is mostly underage girls around 10, 11, 12. They're getting up on stage with a rubber dildo and, half naked. It's what is going on here, right? You cannot look at that and then see these little girls in the audience, shame on their parents, by the way. You cannot look at that and go, okay, Satan is definitely the ruler of this world, right? As it says in the Bible. He's the what is it? Satan's the ruler of the power. They call him the Prince of the Air, Prince of Air, Prince of Airwaves. Which is also true. But you can't look at these things and think to yourself like, "Whoa, what is going on?" You see a lot of these celebrities too. A lot of these, mostly like musicians I've been seeing lately. Well, so-called musicians. They're not really musicians. They don't play instruments. They just get up there and they're kind of like manufactured by these record companies these days, and they're put on stage and. Like one dude, I think he was like a rapper or something. He was like twerking to a satanic figure on stage. I mean, this was like nationally televised. It's like, why is this being allowed? You have to ask yourself at what point. And if you're okay with this, you have to ask yourself, like, am I accepting evil? Right? Am I allowing myself to be, my soul to be taken by this evil? Taken in to the point where you're accepting it, you're accepting of it, or you've been desensitized to it. And that's how the media, the mainstream, the matrix works. By the way, the matrix works by desensitizing you, right? It has to desensitize you slowly and slowly to the point where it's no longer shocking to you, right? I mean, say like as a kid, like seeing a dead body, that would have been like, whoa, my gosh. If you saw that on TV, you would have flipped out. You would have like PTSD from that. But now that's constantly like all over social media where, they show dead bodies and stuff like that. And now you're desensitized to it, where now you don't even have any feeling towards it, right? It's like drugs, right? Or any type of medication you take. After a while, you have to continue to up the dosage to the point where, you just become so desensitized to the original dosage you were taking. Now you have to constantly up that dosage, and it gets to the point where you become addicted to it, right? This is why I don't take any drugs. I don't take any medications. I don't even take aspirin when I have a headache. I just go to sleep, right? There's natural remedies. I'm very holistic about the way I live my life. I don't always eat healthy, but I'm very careful about any type of medications I take. This is why I definitely did not take that experimental. You know what? Can't say it, right? That's another thing. It's like, why can't we say that, right? Why are we being censored from speaking even just our own opinions, right? We're being censored for that. I couldn't even just say that word, right? Because obviously the video will get flagged if I say that word. I mean, that is the world we're living in. You can't say that word for fear of getting like canceled or demonetized or having the video flagged or completely removed, which I've had some videos removed. For what? What did I say, right? I mean, what did I say that was that bad? I don't even curse in my videos. Yeah, I mean, really? Really? So the Matrix doesn't want an open dialogue either. They don't want you to be able to have these conversations. They want to shut down independent thought, right? They literally want to shut down independent thought. It's no different than that movie, They Live, right? They want to shut down independent thought. Funny about that movie too, John Carpenter made that movie, and it was supposedly about yuppies and anti-capitalism. That was his theme back then, which he still defends, oddly. But I mean, that's the funny thing was like, I know John Carpenter's more left, but that movie more resonates with the fact of what's going on today because they don't want independent thought. And the thing about capitalism that he was totally wrong about in that movie is capitalism does want independent thought. It wants creativity. I mean, that's what the free markets want, right? It wants voluntary participation. Nobody's holding a gun to your head to like buy products from any certain company. You could buy it from where you want. Nobody's holding a gun to your head to create a business, whether you want to or not. It's voluntary participation. So that's where he gets a lot of this wrong. But brilliant movie. But, the point of this coaching video is I want you to ask yourself, like when you watch these things that we just talked about in tonight's coaching video, as a red pill person, try not to look at things as left or right, right? Especially if you are on the left, right? It's easy to just go, oh, it's stupid right wingers. Try not to look at it like that. Just look at it with a blank canvas and ask yourself, what is going on here, right? Wake up. You just have to wake up, guys. Wake up and see what the Matrix is pushing these days and ask yourself, what is going on? Am I okay with this? Should I allow this into my life? And this is why I stopped going to the movies in 2010. I didn't want to watch any of these woke Star Wars movies, Disney Star Wars, or any of these movies filled with just loads and loads of propaganda and agenda. And I even did a video on that like 8 years ago on my channel, this same channel, AlphaMaleSecrets. And at that time, I had people coming out and trying to challenge me on that, like, oh, he's just going too far with this. He's just so paranoid that there's like propaganda in these movies. It's fine, it's fine. You can enjoy the movie. They were all wrong, and that video has aged quite well, very well. Right? I was obviously I'm a far better content creator these days, and back then I was kind of like, outlining what the points I wanted to cover and all this. But I mean that video has aged very well when I was saying, as we go, there's going to be more and more propaganda and more agenda in these movies. And it's true. It's true. The only movie I came back for recently was Top Gun 2 Maverick. I had to watch it. I'm a huge Top Gun fan. And based on the previews, I didn't see a whole lot of wokeness or anything like that. So I decided to watch the movie. And there was a little bit of political correctness. I get it, whatever. But there wasn't really any like crazy message they're trying to send home about like diversity or multiculturalism. It was instead about the story, which was great. However, as always, guys, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video. Anything you'd like to share, anything you'd like to add, anything I might have missed, drop them in the comments below. Always love to see you guys, my comments. Always love to read them. So please drop those comments below. Also, don't forget to smash that like button. Also, smash the subscribe button for me as well. Helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And just briefly, if you guys want to support my work and all this red pill content I'm teaching you guys and awakening you guys to, the best way to support me is just jump into my premium AlphaMaleSecrets program. Right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of premium AlphaMaleSecrets content from me that you will not see here on my channel. Just click here on this link down below. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video. And I'm signing out here from up by Tahoe. Just taking a little trip, getting away from the city for a bit, and enjoying this view every morning. There goes the airport right there. So it's not far away. It's pretty easy to get home, but enjoy. There goes Cash and Gizmo behind me. That was who was snoring, by the way. Everyone's always curious. I'm like, how many times do I have to tell you? All right, until next time.